my onstage question for my first pageant was, what was your greatest accomplishment? And I had finally shared, I said, overcoming my anxiety and depression. And the amount of people who were like, me too, I went through this, and that, or something similar to you. How I was like really shocked because I had known these people forever and they had never spoken about it like myself. So I feel that once I did start to do that, it started helping more people feel more comfortable about speaking up about it and getting the help that they need.
When you answered that question at the pageant, did that surprise people? Like how public was the knowledge when you said that?
I surprised myself because I didn't know what the onstage question is. I was like, okay, let's see what's up. And it came out of my mouth. And right after it came out, I was like, I can't believe I just did that. I can't believe I just said that. But the whole audience was like clapping and like wooing, and all my family who actually knew what I was going on, like what was going on in my life, were their faces like were like, oh my God. Like my mom even got teary-eyed. Yeah, it was a really good, we got a huge response. I was actually like impressed because it was something so personal and I didn't realize other people were going through it too. So it was really important for me to have shared that, and I'm glad I did.
Well, it's something that we actually have in common because I was just doing my research and I was thinking of this when I read that, because I read somewhere that that was kind of the first time that you'd said that publicly.
Yeah.
That poster that you see behind me, that's a book that I wrote about mental health. This is back in late 2017. And the first thing I wrote in the introduction was because I had battled with suicide twice, very bad depression. And I wrote, it's a funny thing, contemplating taking your own life. And you said that publicly, I guess, for the first time. That was the first time I kind of went public about that, was in the introduction to a book, which went on to be a bestseller. And a lot of people resonated with that. And a lot of people came forward with their own stories as well. Did you have a similar response that when you told your story, that it empowered some other people to tell theirs as well?
Yes, definitely. I remember I went on Instagram because that's when the question things were barely coming on. I think, yeah, 2 years ago, or wait, yeah, 2 years ago. And
Yeah.
I was like, I shared something personal. If you want to share it with me, you can. It'll be no judgment zone. I can share it if you like. If not, that's fine. And I was not expecting, honestly. I was expecting like one answer, probably, but I got like so many answers. And about, I had a miscarriage, or, I was contemplating suicide as well.
Mm.
A lot of suicide,
Yeah.
people. And I was actually really surprised. And that's honestly why the conversation came with my best friend, Brooke Williamson, who's also co-founder with me, Mental Monarchs. And we were like, we need to do something about this. And that's honestly how our nonprofit came to be about, is because we realized how much stigma there was, especially in
Mm.
the location where I'm from, is the Rio Grande Valley of Texas. So it's South Texas. And there was a huge stigma, especially in the Latino communities, on mental illness. And we were like, we need to do something. We need to help. We need to help our community, get the help they need. And also to share with them that it's okay not to be okay. And that
Mm.
there are a lot of issues and a lot of other people that are going through it, similar to you or maybe different, but they're still going through something. And like you said, like it wasn't until you spoke out that you got that feedback, and it was also helping other people. And I know it's subjects and topics that are very sensitive to talk about, and a lot of
Yep.
people don't want to talk about it because of how sensitive it is. But that's why we need to talk about it, because
Mhm.
this is a very serious issue. And if you don't take care of it, when you first start to see the signs, or even when you feel really bad, it could end up, causing your life.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that it's obviously a sensitive topic. Anyone who knows anything about mental health or has experienced any issues with it knows that. But I do think we need to discuss it. I went into a girls' school once and I was talking about some of my struggles, and the teachers didn't really want me to talk about it because they felt that talking to the girls about it was going to be too triggering. Whereas I mean, the girls' response was very different, which I thought was interesting. The girls loved that I had started the conversation, whereas a lot of the teachers would have gone like, "Oh no, you can't bring it up; it's too sensitive." But I think if we don't discuss mental health, and I don't know if you agree with me on this or not, I think if we don't discuss it, it's not going to make it better. It's going to
No,
make it worse.
you're causing more harm than by not speaking up and sharing about anyone's experiences. It doesn't have to be yours, just sharing a story, sharing an article, sharing little things. It just opens those conversations.